Good morning, St.Francis, and welcome to another interview here at the Ministry House. There's some new faces in front of me. None of you actually know them. They are missionaries from the US, and they're actually going to be staying in the Ministry House for almost a year. And I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you, and then talk a little bit about what they are going to be doing in South Africa. And we're just going to have a little discussion, get to know them, and then on Sunday they'll be in church with us, and you can get to welcome them there in person. So I'm going to start off with Riley on my far left. So I already said your name, but would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, yes. I'm Riley Barnes. I'm from the Northeast in America in a state called Connecticut. Really excited to be here.
I'm Megan Poffenbarger, and I'm from California.
I'm Justin Van Batella, and I am from actually the same state as Riley, from Connecticut. We went to university together, or varsity together.
Okay, awesome. So could you guys tell us a little bit about, so they're actually working for Campus Crusade. In South Africa we call it Campus Crusade for Christ. You guys call it Crew in the US. Why don't you just tell us, the parishioners, what it is that Campus Crusade is, or Crew is, and what you guys are going to be doing here for the next couple of months.
Yeah, so Crew, Campus Crusade for Christ, is a international missions organization that's focused on reaching the campus and reaching varsity students all across the world. So there are movements on campuses, in thousands of campuses in hundreds of countries across the world, focusing on fulfilling the Great Commission by reaching college varsity students who are in a very centralized location on campus and then spread out there. So it's a way of reaching the world through reaching varsity students. So we're here working at a couple of the universities here for the time that we're here. Yeah.
So you guys are going to be working at the University of Pretoria, or Tux, and
Yes.
where else?
TUT.
Out in Pretoria West. Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
So what is it that you're going to be doing with for instance, with the students? And I know that we can't get onto campus right now. So how would your ministry to those students still work in the space that we find ourselves in?
Yeah. So the general structure of how the ministry works is through win, build, and send. And winning is introducing people to Jesus, winning them over for Christ, then building them up in their faith and sending them out throughout the world. So we're good examples of how that works. And that looks a little bit different now because of the pandemic and everything. So one of our big focuses currently is building a digital ministry through which we'll reach out to students through social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook. We're working on a website as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're also going to try to meet some students in person, hopefully off campus, but in the popular areas, since so many of the students have come back to the city to stay for varsity.
And Riley, so you guys have been here since Monday. You had quite a ordeal to try and get here. So why don't you tell everyone what happened?
So technically we're considered volunteers because we raise all the funds to come as missionaries. So the three of us applied for South African volunteer visas with the same exact documents. They both were approved and my visa was denied.
Wow.
We do not know why. It's very sad. So I can be here 90 days as a visitor, and then I'm going to have to leave the country and then fly back to renew the 90 days every time.
And
I
on
want to
top
stay.
of all that, you guys were supposed to arrive on Friday, Good Friday.
Yes.
But what happened there?
So we needed to get a COVID test negative to be able to fly,
Okay.
to get on the airlines to come overseas. And the place that we went, convenience store in the United States, did not get us our test in time. So we showed up at the airport, we were in line, we went to go check in, and they said, no, you can't until you get your test. So we postponed a couple days and got new flights, and we're here, and I think we're all
So
past that.
you were almost traveling for like 3 days.
Yeah. Well,
Mostly,
long story
Yeah.
short, we've been trying to get here since January.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's taken about 4 or 5 months for
4 or
us
5
to
months to get
to actually make it.
make it, and you made it. And what's your first impressions of South Africa? You've been here about 3 or 4 days now. What's your first impressions of South Africa?
I love it so far. You've been so hospitable, and then a couple other people who work on the same team as us have just been so kind, and we've seen different wild animals so far, which has been really fun. Saw a zebra on our first day here, and it's just a beautiful place with awesome people, and we're very excited to learn more about your culture. And like, I don't know, there's so much going on and so many different types of people, so there's a lot to learn, but we're very excited.
And you've been here before. This is your third trip to South Africa?
This is my third trip, yes. I came over the winter in 2017 and 2018, working with a local ministry in Mamelodi called the Mamelodi Initiative. So we have a slightly different focus, although we still hope to work with them during our time here. But this is my third time here, and I'm very happy to be back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you guys would like to say? Otherwise, just want to say welcome from on behalf of the parish of St. Francis. You'll probably meet most of us on Sunday, but welcome. You guys are hopefully staying here until November.
Yes.
You're going back in end of July.
End of July,
Early August. So they're going to be staying at the ministry house full time, using the ministry house as part of their ministry, reaching out to students, and I'm referring to university students here, and maybe getting involved with some of the ministries at St. Francis. We'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
And but we're so glad as a parish to have you with us. It kind of all happened at once. We got parish council approved it a week before Holy Week, and then we had to try and turn the ministry house into a bed and breakfast overnight. And
you did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
it is
lovely.
so beautiful. We're so glad to
Thank
be
you
here.
so much.
yeah,
That's
so
probably our
you
biggest
guys
thing.
has arrived, and we've been able to get to know each other quite a bit in the last few days, and we'll just see. Hopefully the future will take us even further. Maybe more groups will come out and visit the parish, visit this country, and so a big warm welcome from me.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you
us.
so much.
See you
Thank
guys
you.
on
We will
Sunday.
see you.
Awesome.